This is the Ears Up English podcast. English that grows with you. Welcome to Ears Up English, where your listening becomes stronger and your speaking becomes smoother. If English still feels scary or stressful for you, don't worry. We're here to help you enjoy English without fear. Strong ears, strong English. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Robert. Thanks for joining us today.
Robert, how are you doing?
Really good, thanks. Had a good coffee this morning, so I'm all set.
Ha, same. Nice. So, Robert, something kind of funny happened to me last week. I was at a coffee shop and I overheard a conversation at the next table.
Oh yeah, what was going on?
There was a guy clearly practicing English with a friend, and he said really clearly, "I would like to inquire as to whether this establishment serves oat milk."
Oh wow, at a coffee shop?
At a coffee shop, and the barista behind the counter just kind of froze for a second.
I mean, I know exactly what he was trying to do. He was being polite. He was using formal English.
Right, and his grammar was perfect, but it was so formal that it actually made the situation more awkward, not less.
That's the thing. Sometimes trying too hard to sound correct ends up making you sound less natural.
And I think a lot of learners go through this. They study so hard, they learn all the rules, but the English that comes out sounds like it belongs in a textbook, not a conversation.
So today, we want to talk about 5 common textbook phrases that native speakers almost never use in real life, and what we say instead.
Yeah, and just to be clear from the start, this isn't about right or wrong. Every phrase we're going to talk about today is grammatically correct. The question is just, does it sound natural?
Exactly, and that gap between correct and natural is what trips a lot of learners up.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. How do you do?
Ah, yes, a classic. And honestly, I haven't heard a native speaker say this in years, maybe ever, outside of a movie.
Right? It's extremely formal. It actually comes from older British English, and even in the UK, most people don't say it anymore.
What I notice is when people learn this phrase, they think it means "how are you?" and they start using it as a greeting. But in reality, if you say "how do you do?" to someone at a party, they might just stare at you.
Yeah, it's that kind of response. In real life, we say things like, "Hey, how's it going?" or "good to meet you," or just "nice to meet you." Those feel warm and normal.
And the interesting thing is, even "nice to meet you" can sometimes sound a little rehearsed. A lot of native speakers now just say "hey" with a smile and not carries the whole greeting.
True. Context does a lot of the work in English. A warm tone and a smile can say more than any formal phrase.
Okay, number 2. I am fine, thank you. And you?
Oh, this one. This one is deeply embedded in Japanese English education, I think.
It is, and honestly, it's not wrong at all. But the full sentence, "I am fine, thank you, and you," sounds very studied, very careful.
Yeah, that sounds a bit stiff. In a real conversation, you'd hear something like, "I'm good, thanks. You?" Or, "Not bad. How about you?" The contraction alone, "I'm" instead of "I am," changes the whole feel. "I am" sounds like you're making a formal declaration. "I'm" sounds like a person talking.
And it's not just this phrase. A lot of learners avoid contractions because they feel less correct. But contractions are everywhere in natural English.
Right. Don't, can't, it's, I'm, we're. These aren't lazy. These are just how English sounds when people actually speak.
So one simple thing you can do starting today, wherever you would write "I am," say "I'm." Where you'd say "do not," try "don't." The shift is small, but it makes a big difference. All right, number 3. This one is very close to the hearts of Japanese learners. It is very delicious.
Oh, yes. This is practically a rite of passage in Japanese English education. You learn delicious, you use delicious, and it feels like the perfect word.
And it is a real English word. Nobody's saying delicious is wrong, but in everyday conversation, it sounds a bit formal, a bit stiff.
Right. When a native speaker takes a bite of something really good, they'll say something like, "Oh, this is so good," or "this is amazing," or just, really good." quick, natural, genuine.
What I notice is delicious tends to show up in menus, cookbooks, and food reviews. In those contexts, it fits perfectly. But at a dinner table with friends, it can sound like you're narrating a cooking show.
And the word very is part of the issue too. Japanese learners often use very to add emphasis, which makes total sense. It's what the textbook teaches. But native speakers reach for other words.
Yeah, instead of very delicious, we'd say so good, really tasty, absolutely amazing. The word very by itself can sometimes actually make a sentence feel flatter, not stronger.
It's one of those things where the textbook gave you a tool, but real conversation has a slightly different toolbox.
Exactly. So next time you eat something great, try "this is so good" and see how it feels. Much more natural than "it is very delicious." Okay, number 4. Please give me a coffee.
Classic one. And again, grammatically fine. But in a cafe, it can come across as demanding, even rude, without meaning to be.
English softens requests a lot, more than many learners expect. We use words like could, can, would, just, maybe. They all add a layer of politeness.
So instead of please give me a coffee, you'd hear something like, could I get a coffee? Or can I have a latte, please? Or even just a coffee, please. That last one is super short, but totally normal.
And the word please is interesting, actually. In Japanese, kudasai does a lot of heavy lifting. It softens the whole request. But in English, please alone doesn't do that as much.
Right, the verb choice matters more. Give me sounds more direct than could I get or can I have. So even with please at the end, please give me can still feel a bit blunt.
Good point. The structure of the request matters, not just the politeness word you add on.
Okay, last one. Number 5. I cannot understand.
This one's very common, and I think learners use it because cannot feels more precise, more correct.
But in conversation, it sounds very formal, like you're filing a report. In real life, we'd say something like, I don't get it, or I'm not following, or sorry, I'm a bit lost.
Or even just, what do you mean? Which is short, natural, and keeps the conversation moving.
The word cannot has a very strong, formal feel. In everyday speech, can't is almost always used instead. Even I can't understand sounds more natural than I cannot understand.
And what I notice is when learners say I cannot understand, native speakers sometimes interpret it as frustration, like the learner is giving up or being firm about something.
Yeah, the tone can shift completely just because of that word choice. So in all 5 cases, the textbook English isn't wrong. It's just, it sounds a bit stiff in real conversation.
That's the real core of it. It's not a grammar issue, it's a register issue. You're using formal language in a casual moment, and it creates a little friction.
And that friction is why people sometimes feel like their English doesn't land, even when every word is correct.
Okay, let's listen to today's dialogue. Kenji is having lunch with Amy. He's been studying English for years and has really solid grammar, but he's starting to realize his English might sound a little more formal than he intends.
See if you can spot the moment where Amy helps him shift from textbook English to something more natural.
Ami, I tried the pasta today. It is very delicious.
Ah, I'm glad you like it. But hey, that sounds a bit stiff. We'd usually just say, this is so good, or this is really good.
Oh, really? I learned delicious in school. Is it wrong?
Not wrong at all. It's just more of a menu word. In everyday conversation, so good, really tasty, or amazing feel a lot more natural.
I see. And what about very? I use very a lot to add emphasis.
Yeah, very's fine, but we tend to use so or really more in casual conversation. This is so good just flows better than this is very delicious.
That felt very natural because Amy didn't shut Kenji down. She acknowledged what he was trying to do, be polite, and then just showed him a more natural way.
Right, and the phrase, that sounds a bit stiff, is doing a lot of work there. It's honest, it's kind, and it gives Kenji something specific to work with. Not just, that's wrong, but here's how to make it flow better.
You can actually use this phrase on yourself, too. When you say something in English and it feels a little off, try saying to yourself, That sounded a bit stiff. How could I say that more naturally?
That habit of self-checking is really powerful. It moves you from memorizing phrases to actually developing an ear for natural English.
And did you notice Kenji's question about very? That's such a common pattern. Japanese learners use very to show enthusiasm, but in casual speech, so and really carry that energy much better.
Right. This is very delicious. Correct, but stiff. This is so good. Natural, warm, immediate. That one word swap changes the whole feeling.
Exactly. And Amy's response, native speakers almost never think about it, that's really true. We don't consciously choose the casual version, it just comes out that way.
Which is exactly why listening is so important. Reading textbooks gives you the rules, but listening to natural conversation gives you the feel.
And that feel is what turns correct English into confident English.
Okay, let's listen one more time. This time, see if you can notice the contrast between Kenji's more formal style and Amy's more natural, relaxed English.
Ami, I tried the pasta today. It is very delicious.
I'm glad you like it. But hey, that sounds a bit stiff. We'd usually just say, this is so good, or this is really good.
Oh, really? I learned delicious in school. Is it wrong?
Not wrong at all. It's just more of a menu word. In everyday conversation, so good, really tasty, or amazing feel a lot more natural.
I see. And what about very? I use very a lot to add emphasis.
Yeah, very's fine, but we tend to use so or really more in casual conversation. This is so good just flows better than this is very delicious.
What we talked about today was the gap between textbook English and natural everyday English. And I think the big takeaway is this. The English you learned is not wrong. It's just sometimes set to the wrong volume for the situation.
That's a great way to think about it. Too formal in a casual setting creates the same awkwardness as talking too loudly in a quiet room. The content might be fine, but the register is off.
So let's do a quick recap of the 5 phrases. Number 1, how do you do? Nobody really says this anymore. Try, hey, how's it going? Or just, nice to meet you.
Number 2, I am fine, thank you. And you? Too stiff for everyday conversation. Go with, I'm good, thanks. You? And remember, contractions are your friends.
Number 3, it is very delicious. The word delicious is real, but it's more of a menu or cookbook word. In conversation, try, this is so good, or this is really tasty, and swap very for so or really for a more natural feel.
Number 4, please give me a coffee. Soften it with, could I get a coffee, or can I have one, please? The verb choice makes all the difference.
And number 5, I cannot understand. Swap it for, I don't get it. I'm not following, or sorry, what do you mean? Much more natural and keeps the conversation flowing.
And the phrase to hold on to from today is, that sounds a bit stiff. When something you said doesn't feel quite right, that's the word, stiff. Too formal for the moment.
Ask yourself, how would a friend say this? Not a formal letter, not a textbook, just a friend in a conversation. That shift in mindset can change your English a lot.
And practically speaking, try making 3 small swaps for one whole day. Say I'm instead of I am, can't instead of cannot, and so good instead of very delicious. Just for one day. Notice how it feels.
You might be surprised. It might feel strange at first, like you're being less careful, but actually, you're just being more natural.
Small shifts, big difference.
All right, everyone, that's today's episode of Ears Up English. Strong ears, strong English. Keep training your ears every day. Try the phrase from today's episode and see how it changes your conversations. We'd love to hear how it works for you.
And if you enjoy our podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new episode.
Join us again next time for more friendly, everyday English. Take care and keep your ears up.
Bye!